Today I'm taking a detour from the gaming talk to talk about one of the iPhone 12's most interesting features. Magnets. Alright, welcome to Mike Takes It Out. I'm Mike, and yes, I am talking about the iPhone 12 because it's almost 10 months old, and for me, I think it's time to revisit it and revisit my favorite thing about the iPhone 12. Now, there were a few things that were new, but I mean, for the most part, aside from the Pro size increase and then the cameras changing, it was pretty much the same as the last couple iPhones. But MagSafe was the most interesting feature to me. And I'm going to go over first the MagSafe accessories that I have, which are only 3. Technically 4, but one of them is not an official Apple one, so I'm not going to go over it here. I'm going to go in the order of how much I enjoy using these products, not how much I actually use them, because they're definitely not the same. So the thing that I probably use maybe the most, probably second most, is of course the MagSafe wallet. Now, this thing has been awesome. I know a lot of people were concerned about the magnet. I've had this since it came out, and the magnet's still just as strong as it was on day one. Yeah, it's just been a really fun wallet. It is leather, so it's a little bit beat up now. It's not as shiny and shimmery as it once was. I can technically include the MagSafe case as an accessory, but since it's just a case, and you can technically use any case with the iPhone as long as it's thin enough for the magnets to pass through, the case doesn't matter as much. It's really about the accessories. And the wallet, it makes sense. It was one of those things where like you don't have to buy a specialized case if you want to just slap a wallet up here, but then you can just take it off and charge your phone or do your other stuff. You don't have to have it on there all day. Every time I leave the house, I have this wallet. I have 3 cards in here, my 2 bank cards and my ID, the things that I use 90% of the time. And then I still have my big wallet in case I need like a credit card or something else that I just don't keep or can't fit in here, like my medical card. But day-to-day use, just having this little wallet that slaps on the back of my phone, super convenient. The second accessory that I have that's probably used the least out of the 3, but I still think it's really cool, I think it's really useful, it's just the plain old MagSafe puck. I actually bought this with the phone. So this just slaps on the back of the phone and it charges it, and of course, because it's MagSafe, you get the 15-watt charging, which is only available with MagSafe accessories, official MagSafe accessories. The reason I like this is because a few times I have to charge my phone when I'm at my desk, which isn't very often because my phone pretty much stays charged all day. I use Apple CarPlay and I have a really long drive to and from work. So my phone is like close to like 80 to 100% all the time. But the few times where I have run it down and I've needed this has been awesome because it's a wireless charger. It's just super easy to pull off and remove. Plus, if you want to just pick up your phone and use it, you don't have to worry about detaching it or plugging in the cable. Also, like let's say if you want to charge your phone while gaming, well, if you have this plugged in, you're going to have a charger sticking out on this side, and maybe it's not as convenient, you know, especially if you're trying to play a game like this. Whereas this, you can orient any way that you want to where it's most comfortable to what you're doing at the time. As a charger, I actually prefer this over the wired charger, but then again, I prefer almost any wireless charger over a wired one. I just don't think they're that convenient anymore, aside from CarPlay, and that's just because I have to use it. But yeah, this is kind of cool. If you don't care about the fast charger, you can just get like a magnetic charger off of Amazon. They have a bunch of third-party ones that will charge at the previous fast charge rate for the iPhone, which was 7.5 watts. Like the RAV Power one, which, you know, RAV Power had this whole thing with Amazon, so their products aren't sold up there anymore, so yeah. But pretty good deal. Now the third thing, which I use literally every night, I probably have to use this the most. I don't even think I told anybody, at least channel-wise, that I bought this, but I've had this for quite a while now, and that is the Magsafe Duo Charger. Now, before I go into why this was last on my list, I want to say that this is very well built, even though this material is kind of weird. It makes it feel kind of like a Fisher-Price toy, or like a child's toy, just because it's like this weird, like, plasticky material. It's been really sturdy. I mean, granted, it's just been on my nightstand. And yeah, it's supposed to be a foldable travel charger. I'm glad, at least with this charger, they made the cord removable. And it's just lightning on this side and then USB-C on this side. Yeah, this thing is $130. Now, I didn't pay that much for it. I'm gonna be honest. This was on Best Buy's deal of the day one day, and then they had an open box one at my store, and it was only like $77. So that's the only reason I got it, and I was like, it'd be kind of cool to have a second thing to charge my Apple Watch with. I've been daily driving this as my bedside charger, and they advertise this as a travel charger. Unfortunately, it's not the greatest thing to advertise at the time it's released with everything going on in the world. I think conceptually, the biggest issue with it is, yeah, it will work fine as a travel charger, but also, if I'm traveling, I want to take something cheap with me. I'm probably just going to grab a cheap lightning cable and then my Apple Watch charger because, you know, it's my Apple Watch charger. But like if I travel with this and I lost it, that's $130 to replace it. So I wouldn't even probably use this for travel. Like I would probably travel with the cheapest cables possible. And then if they break, I would just probably go to the dollar store and buy me another one. It's great for lining it up and making sure that you have your phone in the right place. All the Magsafe chargers are great for that. And then of course you have the watch charger. I do like the watch part of it because you do have the option to either lay it down across or you can pop the charger up, and it's really easy to do so and just kind of put it across this way. So that's really convenient. But here's the biggest issue. When I wake up in the morning and I do this and I try to get my phone off of here, I actually prefer my old wireless charger in that way. I feel for the scenario of using this as a bedside charger that a regular wireless charger would just be better because you just take it off and it's done. Now, granted, with a regular wireless charger, if you have it like on a nightstand like I do, there have been times where I've accidentally like tapped my phone and bumped it off the sweet spot and my phone didn't charge and I wake up mad. But I'd rather have that than to have my morning struggle. Like I've literally just knocked stuff off the dresser trying to pull this off when I'm groggy in the morning, waking up. And unless you're buying this as a travel charger, you'd be better served just buying like some third-party Anker or something like that, or even the one that Belkin's coming out with, or I don't know if it came out yet, but the one where it's like a stand and you just put the phone up there and it holds it in the air. At least that one you can watch videos or something. It has a justification and it's probably easier to pull off since it's like standing. You can just kind of tip it and tilt it off of the magnet. I'm still going to continue to use it, but I guess it will work as a travel charger because it's small, but I just think that Apple made this to have an expensive charger to sell with the Magsafe stuff that does both the iPhone and the Apple Watch. So these are the products that I have. I know the battery bank came out recently, but again, since I don't really drain my phone like that, I probably wouldn't buy the battery bank, but that also makes sense just to have a battery bank that snaps on your phone and is removable. And that's kind of the story of Magsafe, is finally giving you the option for accessories like these, which have already existed, but without the need for like a special case. And since it's made by Apple and you know they're going to be supporting it, a lot of manufacturers are gonna get on board. Like you can get like some really cheap knockoff wallets on Amazon for like 15 bucks now. You don't have to spend $60 for this like I did. And like I said, there's all kinds of third-party magnetic chargers already. But that's not what's exciting about Magsafe. The most exciting potential thing to me about Magsafe is when they are finally able to do data and power transfer. And what I mean by power transfer is just basically like reverse charging something else. Like the iPad has a smart connector. For instance, smart keyboard is not powered on its own. It pulls the power through the iPad smart connector. So maybe like a smart connector to go along with this for the iPhone. But my issue is that they do like a pin configuration that's going to limit the cases you can get. You know, if you want to use that technology, or you have to buy a specialized case. So I don't know if Apple will go that route, and I don't know how to solve that problem. Of course, there is stuff like NFC. I mean, they could technically just use that, but I don't know how fast it would be data transfer wise. It's remember that Apple's looking to get rid of the Lightning port, and this is their way to get rid of the Lightning port. And if this does get better, like if they are able to support data, I'd be all for it. I imagine something like a game controller. Like I just recently bought the Razer Kishi, which is cool, but for one, I have to plug it into the Lightning port, and because the connector is so shallow, I have to take my case off. Imagine a Magsafe one where they could transfer data and power just with the Magsafe. Like you just slap it on your phone, they can put a stronger magnet in it, and then you just have your game controller, and then when you're done, you just snap it off and you're done with it. And also something like CarPlay. Like a lot of cars, like my car does CarPlay but only wired. I was thinking about getting the Magsafe car mount, but then I'm like, well, my phone still has to be plugged in to use CarPlay. So what would be the point of buying the Magsafe car mount, which is going to charge my phone and then also still have another wire plugged into it? So if that was able to transfer data, I could just do CarPlay over the mount, and I'll just, you know, get in my car, slap my phone up there, and then CarPlay is working for people who don't have wireless CarPlay, which is gonna be a lot of people. So unless you have like a really recent and very specific car, you're not gonna be able to do CarPlay wirelessly. That's another way to get people to be like, you know what, I'm getting CarPlay and I'm wireless charged at the same time, and just have my phone out of the way. Like my car's already small. It's a Ford Fiesta, it's tiny inside. I need all the space I can get. But I think that MagSafe going forward, when we look back, is gonna be the thing that changes the iPhone, kind of like Siri did for the iPhone 4S, for better or worse. I think MagSafe is another one of those things. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think of MagSafe. Do you use it if you have an iPhone 12? Do you have any of the accessories? Some of them are a bit overpriced. Okay, all of them are a bit overpriced, but you know, it's Apple, so we deal with it, all right? All right, but if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to tell a friend, tell a coworker, like, share, and subscribe, and always do at least 2 things at the same time. Peace. Today we're taking